Hello and welcome to this new course of Angular, the Angular 4 from Podina My name is Shahzaib Kamal and I'm your instructor, and I'm just gonna guide you all the ins and outs of the Angular 4 and why it's beneficial and why we should work on it and what is Angular 4. All these questions, I'm gonna just give you the solution of all these questions in this course. So now, very first thing is we should talk about what is Angular and why we should use the Angular. Then we'll be talking about the versions of it in the same video we'll talking about. So now, what is Angular? Angular is actually a very cool thing. Angular is actually a framework, okay? Previously, Angular was based on JavaScript, but now Angular based on TypeScript. So it's a framework which actually can make the single page reactive applications. It's a great asset if you just work on Angular to make single page application. What are the single page applications? Just suppose when I just click on the resources, you can see that it just didn't get loaded. This page, the resources page, didn't get loaded. It just showed here when I just click on docs, when I just click on features, when I just click on events. I'm not going to click on blog because exactly a blog is a different website, a kind of different website complete thing. So I'm just going to the resources, the docs, the features, and the main Angular. So the thing is, all these things, all these pages, the features, the docs and the resources, events, and the main page, all the pages are actually a single page. Okay, when I just click on the features, what it's doing, just picking up, just changing the URL. Actually, this URL is a kind of front end because exactly on the back end, it's not going to the another page. This is the anarchy. This is the main point of the Angular, that it's not going to the another page and it's actually showing the same page. It's on the same page from the back end. In front end, we were just watching another page, but from the back end, it's still on the same page we was on when we just clicked on the Angular. This is the thing Angular works. The single page application. So now the benefit of it, what is the benefit? Because absolutely you can see that you just don't need to load these pages a lot of times, or actually a single time, because they're just getting loaded faster than enough, and absolutely it's more good than the server-side loading all time. So this is actually the single page application, reactive single page application, and this is the Angular. Now let's just talk about the versions, which version we are talking and why the Angular 4. Actually, we are just talking about the Angular 4. So the very first version of the Angular was based on JavaScript, so that was called the Angular JS, and that was just also called the Angular 1. But then the second version of Angular based on TypeScript, it's another client-side language. So absolutely the basics and the all things of the Angular was different from the Angular 1 and Angular 2, because Angular 2 based on TypeScript, So if you just do not know Angular 1 and you just want to learn Angular 2, so you do not need to learn, or you just even forget everything if you just know about Angular 1, because exactly there is no need of Angular 1 anymore, because we are just working on Angular 2, or you can say Angular 4. Now Angular 2 is a rewrite of Angular, means you just need to forget everything about the Angular 1 if you just even know, because it's not need here to know anything about the Angular 1. Now, if you just know anything about Angular 2, then it's cool, because Angular 4 is an update of Angular 2, but this is not also necessary. You can start from the Angular 4 right away. Also, by the teaching of mine in his course, I'm not gonna recommend you to learn Angular 2 before starting this course. If you know that, it's cool. Otherwise, just start with me. So there is a little question brings up that what about the Angular 3? So they just made Angular 3 too. Yeah, they just made it, but it just got a lot of problems and bugs, and they just got never be fixed, so they just left that and just made another update of Angular, and that's why we're just using the Angular 4. Yeah, it's cool. So now for later work on the Angular 4 literally, let's just jump to the next class. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about some more things of the Angular. So basically what I'm just going to talk about for now is how we'll be working on the Angular. So I'm going to use the CLI. Let's just have a look of the CLI. What is this and how it works? The actual meaning of the CLI is the command line interface. So Absolutely, I'm just gonna work on the Angular JS using Angular, not the Angular JS, but the Angular 4 using the command line. Why I'm just using this one, why I'm not importing the plugins, the framework, by adding things to the index.html. If you just ever use the Bootstrap, you have to add the framework, the elements to the index.html page, then they will be applied to the project. But there I'm not going to add any kind of a script, any kind of a plugin using just script tag or something, but I'm just going to work on the CLI. It is much better and much cooler than the simple one, because it just does many things by its own self. It just gives us a platform, it just gives us the completely created and set it up project for us, and we just need to open up the files, and it will create everything, every basic thing for us. Now I'm gonna guide you how I'm gonna use it. This one, you can see that a few commands are here: npm install g angular CLI. I'm gonna use these few commands, and absolutely this is really simple, and absolutely we will be needing these few commands to work on it. But before that, there is another thing we just need, which is actually called the Node.js. Actually, we just need the npm, and for the npm we just need to install the Node.js. No problem, no worries that the Node.js is a server-side language, because I'm not gonna work on the Node.js using supposing it as a server-side language, but I'm just gonna use the Node.js just for running the server, nothing more than that, and just working on the CLI and working on the npm and etc. I'm just gonna use the Node.js for these purposes. So now we just need the Node.js. I'm just duplicating this one, or actually I just don't want to duplicate, I just want to open the nodejs.org web, and there is a Node.js. Now you just can install the current version, the latest version. Minimum you just need the 3.10 version of the Node.js, but now you just can install the 8.1.3 whatever. Maybe I'm just clarifying this thing, that maybe when you just learn this course you will be getting a more latest version of the Node.js, but for now you just need to click on the 8.1.3 version, means the latest one, to work on it. So guys, in the next class we'll be starting from right there, installing the Node.js and other stuff. Then we'll be just working on the adjusting the CLI and just setting up the complete project. So guys, here we can see that this is the nodejs.org, means the main website of the Node.js. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built on Chrome V8 JavaScript engine, blah blah blah. We just don't want to learn about the Node.js for now, because absolutely we're on the Angular 4, but I just want you to teach how to install this, and how to set up the environment for the Angular, so you won't be stuck. So if you just know how the CLI works, and you know that how the Node.js works, and how you can work on npm, then you just do not need to watch this class. But if you just don't know, so the better is to follow me what I'm just doing. Right now I'm just downloading this one, it's getting downloaded in my system, then I'll be just guiding you how I can work on it. So here it just downloaded. So where it is, it's just there. If I just go down, and there it is, the node. I'm just gonna install this one, and I just double clicked on it, and now it's just preparing to install, and a few things like computing space requirements and other stuff, migrating feature states from related applications in etc. I just need to click on the next button, and I'm just clicking on the next button. Now I just need to accept the terms in a license agreement. I did that. And now to click on the next button. Now where do you want to install the Node.js? So I just want to install the Node.js in any specific folder. They're just mentioning it's cool. I'm just clicking on the next button again. Now what do you want? I just want all the things, specifically the runtime, the npm, the Node.js runtime, and the npm package manager. This is really important for me. I'm just clicking on next button again, and I'm just clicking on install. So now it's getting installed. Yeah, Node.js foundation. Okay, first of all it's just computing space requirements and other stuff, but it's getting installed, so it's a cool thing. Please wait while the setup wizard installs Node.js. Validating installed and etc. Some other stuff it's just managing, and we have no problem. We'll just let it do its job, this installer. Removing files, copying new files, updating components. Please wait while the setup wizard installs Node.js, and removing shortcuts, removing files, and other stuff. Let's just make it happen. Let's just install the Node.js, then we just can go to the next step and we'll be working on it. Yo, it's getting completed. Now I just want to clear this thing again, that I'm not gonna teach you the Node.js, and this course is not depends on the Node.js completely. Just for working on CLI and using npm, we are just learning the Node.js, and you will love the CLI, you will love the Node.js, the npm. Most of us just forgot the command line. If you just don't know the command line, so absolutely you just forgot the command line, I'll just remind you. I'm going to remind you the command line, how it works, and the benefits of the command line in modern programming languages and programming and frameworks. So you will love it. Yeah, it just solves a lot of things. It just helps you in making project perfectly and greatly. Instead of finding the complete sources, you just can just discover, or you can say draw your own source. Now I'm just clicking on finish button. I just got the Node.js installed in my system. If you just want to check this out, just go there and just type in node, and now there is a Node.js. That means, yeah, cool, we just did that. Now a few things we just need to do, and for these things I think I should go to the next class, because this class should be very separate, just installing the Node.js, nothing more than that. Then working on the CLI and other stuff, we'll be just going to the next class. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about some more things about the npm, the CLI and other stuff. So first of all, we just need to go, we just don't need the website anymore, because we just installed the Node.js, we just got it. So I just can close this one, and now we just need to follow these simple commands in this class. So I'm just going to the cmd, I'm just opening the cmd. If you're just using the Linux, or actually the Mac, so you just can open the terminal, but here, because I'm just using the Windows, so the command prompt is actually the thing I just need to go. I just click there. Now here you can see that C users, and whatever users you're using, you will be there. Now from right there, I just need to install a few things. You can see that here I'm just gonna follow these simple commands. I'm just gonna guide you how. So there I'm just typing the npm means I'm just clearing that I just want to do something using the npm, because I just want to clarify that this is not gonna be the simple command prompt. I'm just gonna work on the npm. So npm and then space and install. Okay, that means I just want to install something, and -g means globally. I just want to install something globally. Angular CLI. Okay, I just want to install the Angular CLI globally. Just line break means press enter command, and now it's just gonna install the thing. So just wait for a while. You can see that rollback failed, optional NEDC. It's just getting installed. It'll be done in a little while. The fetch metadata shell resolve with new module etc. You can see that it's just changing the means it's just installing many new things. So we just need to wait for a while unless it just done the process. Then we'll be going to the next step, the next command line. This is really simple. If you just see this one, what is this? I just want to guide you first, then in the meanwhile this will be installed completely. So have a look at it. You can see that the ng-new. What is the ng-new? The Angular CLI makes it easy to create an application that already works right out of the box. It already follows our best practices. This is a true thing. By pressing the ng-new, and then here this one, the my remap, it can be the folder name. I can put here my name, or the application name I just want to build, or something like that. Then by just using the new keyword, what it will do, you can see that it will actually create a complete application. Means the package JSON files, the JS files, all the required files including the AngularJS framework will be there inside the folder. This folder, whatever name you put for the folder, means a real-time working example. This is really interesting thing. Then the next thing is ng generate. There we are not talking about the ng generate, but they just guided us. Absolutely, we'll be needing this, but here we won't work on it, because they didn't work on it, because for setting up the things they just don't need to generate anything. But the generate actually creates components, the roads, the services and pipes with a simple command. Also the CLI will also create simple test shell for all of these. What are the components, roads, services and pipes? We'll be talking about this later on, so just leave it this as it is. Now the ng serve, easily test your app locally while developing. Actually, it will run a server, a localhost server. You will just love these things if you just know the PHP, if you know the ASP.NET, so you know how the server-side language works. But there we just do not need a kind of Apache or IIS or something, the Microsoft server or something. You just need to use these simple command lines, and you'll be seeing that the local server will be installed and actually running up in your system. It's a love thing. Just go to the command line again. If you just installed, now it's still working. Oh, cool. I just click there and it's done. The next thing I just need to create a folder now. Actually, we just installed the Angular CLI globally in our system. So now we just need to create the project, the next thing. So there, where you just want to create your dream app or your application. Inside the main folder, I'm just going to the CD desktop. Means I'm just going to the desktop. Okay, now I'm on a desktop. For now, desktop has nothing but three things: a recycle bin and a folder and a Node.js installer. I'm going back to the CMD, and here I'm just creating a folder. And there is a way to create a folder. You can see that if you just know the CMD if you're just working on CMD, you just need to use the mkdir and a space and the folder name. Then the folder will be created. But if you just want to create a folder with complete things, the complete projects, then simply put the ng space new. The new keyword is actually the key. Then the file name you just want to create. Here I'm just putting the learn or first Angular app. Anything you can type here. Okay, and line break. Now I got created. Here you can see that it's just installing packages for tool via npm, and these file it just created the, you can see that it's styles.css test.ts and etc, the JSON files, the ts files, the git keep file. It's installing the packages for tooling via npm. So wait for a little while. It's just making things done, and absolutely you will love it. As I say to you, just it's didn't create it yet, so just go there and let's just make it happen in a while. There, we just got a folder. You can see that the first Angular app, whatever name we put it, but it's working. Means it's not a complete version of what we want. So just wait for a little while, unless the CMD clears that all things are good to go. So wait for a while. Meanwhile, we just can visit the folder. So I'm just going to the first Angular app. I'm just going inside, and you can see that the tslint.json, tsconfig.json, package.json, angular cli.json, and src, the node modules, the etue. The src has many things, and you can see that here. The index.html, the environments, the assets, the app, and other stuff. We'll be just talking about these stuff later on in the next class. So let's just leave the npm alone and just make it happen, and let's just do its work. Now it just done things, but meanwhile I just pressed a few things, and now I can see that. First of all, just focus on these things: installing packages for tooling via npm, installed packages for tooling via npm. Okay, that means done. Successfully initialized get project first Angular app successfully created. It means all things done. But then I just pressed a few buttons, so now I'm just getting its commands because it just worked later. So no problem, just ignore all these things. Means we are good to go. Now just go inside the cd my first, oh sorry, not the my, but the first Angular command app line break. Now we're inside the folder. So in the next class we'll be talking about what we've got when we just install all these things. And now in the next class we will also be just working using this first Angular application. One thing more, I think in the same class we should go there and we should go there and we should run the localhost slash not the slash but the 4200. This one is the address line break. Now you can see that there, this is the server actually. Oh A few more things we just need to do. We actually created the new dream my dream app command. We've done this. We've actually went inside this by using the cd. By using the cd, what we do, by as you can see that we just use the cd. This one was the file name, and we just went inside the folder by using the cd. By using the cd, actually we just can go inside the folder like we did. Now we're inside the folder. Now what we just need to do, we just need to follow the last command, the ng serve. Without just using the ng-serve, we just cannot run the server, so just line break it. Now just leave it as it is. It's doing its job. Yeah, the ng live server, you can see that the localhost 4.404200, this one will be the address of the file. Okay, you can see that it's just building the things, 92% chunk asset optimization, and wait for a little while. Now you can see that webpack compiled successfully. Here are a few files. You can see that the polyfills bundle.js, main.bundle.js, but we just do not need to care for these things for now. We just can go there. We just can just type the localhost and this and the colon. You can see that there is no slash, okay, but the colon. Okay, this is the address. Line break. And now here the first Angular app, you can see that welcome to app, and then a and other things. You can see that everything is there. But interestingly, some important thing are, we are not gonna go inside there, and we are not gonna we're not gonna go to the src and just gonna double click on the index.html as we generally do when we just make the files using the simple ways or using the bootstrap or something. Why I'm not doing this? Because absolutely Angular 4 is a dynamic framework, so it just don't work with the way. If I just open the index.html, you will see nothing there. Okay, no, and no, these are the old files. Leave them as it is. Now here the first Angular app, you can see that first Angular app, and here there is nothing. The app root, the index.html has nothing. This is the actual point how the Angular works. But you can see that there we're getting the complete things, everything. Here we're getting the welcome to app, here are some links and etc, but these things are not in index.html because it just works dynamically. It just picks the data from somewhere and places the data somewhere. It's the MVC. I'm just going to talk about the Angular 4 later on, so just wait for a while and just go to the next class. So guys, you must need to know that how the Angular made this application and how the CLI just made things and what actually it just made things. So we're just gonna work on Angular. We're not gonna work everything of Angular here on a CLI or the CMD because it is absolutely the setting up environment or the setup where we just set up everything of the Angular. But to work on Angular, we just need a kind of IDE. IDE means a kind of area where we just code the Angular and other stuff. So the simple one is the Notepad++, but I'm not going to use the Notepad++. I'm just going to use the a complete IDE. You can use the Visual Studio Code. You can use the IntelliJ, the WebStorm, Atom, the Sublime Editor. I'm just going to use the IntelliJ, which I have in my system. IntelliJ, here is IntelliJ. I'm just going to run it out. So just wait for a while. It's getting loaded, and there is the IntelliJ. Come on, it's just coming to me in a little while. And then we can simply just work on this project. And I just want to show you actually in this class that what the CLI actually does for us. So there is the IntelliJ. I'm just going to click on the create new project. Come on, and there, oh sorry, I'm not gonna create one, I'm just gonna import a project. Actually the thing is we already have a project we've made using the CLI. We're not gonna make a new one, and we're just gonna import that project to the IntelliJ. I'm just click on an import project. Now where is the project? There is the project. Okay, we just need to select the folder where you just set the project. For example, the project inside the C folder, C drive, and inside the, if I just go down, and there is the, oh come on, there is users folder, and inside the users folder there is a Shahzaib Kamal folder, which is actually the user which I am right now, and there is the desktop. Here it is. Just open up the desktop, and there is the first Angular app. I'm just gonna open this one, click on OK button, and now by which way you just want to create the project from existing sources. I'm just selecting the Eclipse and then just click on next button. Okay, now the project name, I'm just setting up the project name as first Angular app, or you can put anything. Okay, so I'm just clicking on next button again, and yeah, it's just telling that this project already exists, but no problem, because I just want to guide you, because you will be making this for the first time, so this won't be overridden. Just click on next button, and now you can see that it's just searching for sources in the folder location. Please wait. No, you do not need to go anywhere. You just stop here and let's just do the IntelliJ what its job for now. Just wait for a while. It's just handling all things. Okay, source of your project have been found. Please choose directories that will be added to your project roots. These paths correspond to default etc. So now this one will be the project source. Okay, just make it done. Click on next button, and now it's again searching for something, a kind of framework. No framework detected, so okay, click on finish button, and now it's just gonna run up the IntelliJ, and I got the IntelliJ. Now loading project in a few tips. Close this one, I just don't want this. It's just loaded all things. Now open this up, and now there are some files we just got. Now when you can see all these files, this one is in idea file, IntelliJ idea file, so a folder we just do not need to do anything with this. Now ETV is the end-to-end testing folder. You just do not need to mess with this up also. Now these files, the Angular CLI JSON, all these files from the Angular CLI JSON to the TSLINT, these files are actually the configuration files for the project. The CLI made for us means the package.jsons, the version control and other stuff, so you just don't need to open these files. Just leave them as it is. And the node modules, absolutely, this is for because we are just using node server, so that's why it's there. So don't mess with this also. The actual thing, all the things about the project you need to do is inside this src folder, the source folder. Now there are also a few things: the index.html, the main ts, the poly fills, the styles, and etc. These are again a kind of configuration files for the deep down inside the the first Angular app, but we do not need to mess with these things also. You can see that, you can see the index.html, but you can see that here when I just open the index.html, the first Angular app, actually if I just update this one, if I just here if I just put something like made by Shahzaib, just an example I'm just showing you. Okay, something like that. Save this up and just go to the browser. I'm going to the browser. You can see that here it's updated. First Angular app made by Shahzaib Kamal. That means it's updating the elements, but the problem is if I just go there, it just updated the title. Okay, it just updated the title, this one, but where is the welcome to the app and other stuff, the tour of heroes and other stuff? All these things are not there. Okay, not at all. So that means this is just a dummy, a kind of dummy thing. It's this is a file which will serve all the codes in one place to the server, but we won't be doing anything here. So these are the TS files, just like the JS file, the JavaScript. So we are using the TypeScript. So these are the TypeScript files. So you do not need to do anything with these things. So just leave these files alone. Now the app, just come to the actual point. Now the assets is actually the folder where you just can put a kind of media, a kind of static files like images, videos and other stuff. All kind of media you can just put here, the PDF files and whatever you just want to put for your project, you can just place there any assets folder. Environments, just kind of variable things, not necessary for now, just leave this. All things you just think not related to you for now, so just leave this. Now the app, this one is actually the actual thing for us for now. The app.component.css, you can see that the CSS area for the files, and I'm just closing this one and I'm just making this as it was. So remove this line, save it, because absolutely we just do not need this one. Now the app.component.html, the app. The next one is the app. Just leave this specification for now. The app.component.ts and app.module.ts. These files are important actually. Now I'm just closing the index.html. Actually, all the things we will be doing are doing here in these files inside the application folder, app folder inside this src. So now you can see that a little things, you can see that here is the h2 and h2. Inside you can see that this one is the app.component.html, and there are links, like here are some links to help you start. Go to the browser, you can see that there are some links to help you to start. Here I'm just adding a few things. Now we are actually updating the files, we are actually updating the view. Okay, this view, I'm going there and I'm just gonna add something like start learning Angular. I'm just gonna delete all these things because absolutely we just do not need that anymore. Learning Angular. Go to the browser, you can see that it started learning Angular. Did you notice one thing, that we just do not need to refresh the folder, refresh the browser? Why? Because we're just using the live server, so it's just updating on runtime, so no problem. We do not need to refresh this time by time, so ignore this thing. Now if I just delete all these lines, the li and the ul2, we really do not need all these kind of stuff, so delete them. Save this again and go there, and you will be seeing no links here. So absolutely the h2 I'm deleting that one too. Okay, now cool. And here is the source is only the data, but when I just click on the data, you can see that the complete link of the image. So cool, go there, and I'm just deleting that image too, that big giant image, because we just do not need that image anymore. Delete that. Now there is only one thing, the welcome to you title. So what is the title? Where is the title? The title is not there. This is how Angular works. Let's just talk about it. I'm just going there, you can see that there is no title, but there is a welcome to the app. So where we just put it, the app. Here actually this is a kind of variable we just created inside the components. If I just go there, you can see that I just, oh come on. Now here you can see that the app component, and you can see that export class. There is a class already exported. We didn't do anything. The app component class is already exported, and you can see that there is a title, a variable named title, which has a value of app, and we're just calling this variable there to the component.html, and this is how Angular works. If I just go there, and if I just remove this application, and if I just put there welcome to our course, of course it will work. Save it. Now go to the browser, and you can see that welcome to our course. That means it's absolutely working. The component.ts and the combination of the component.ts and the component.html. Here we are just, and what is these things? These are the Angular elements, or you can say the JavaScript elements, which are also applied in the TypeScript. That here by putting the two curly braces, and inside this you just can call the JavaScript regular expression or the TypeScript regular expression, as I just use this one. The title there, I can make some more variables like the hello or string something equal to, and here I just put the hello world. And if I just save this one, if I just go there to the component, and here I just go down, or I just go very down, and I just make a new h1, and there inside I'm just putting something like just simply this one, two curly braces, and inside this I'm just typing a string something, nothing more than that. Just go to the browser, and you can see that the hello world is there. That means actually we just made the variables there, we just call the variables there, and this is how it works. Now why these things are in center, why the welcome to our course and the hello world is in center? Because here you can see that the style text align center, we just applied, actually not we but the CLI itself applied the center command. If I just delete this one like that, then save this one and go to the browser and refresh this one, and there all these things are in the left. We actually don't need to refresh the page, sorry about it. So I think now you just got how the basic Angular works and what are these files, and we also can update everything, I just guided you. don't mess with these files, and like the importing and the components and other stuff, the app module, these files I'm just gonna talk about these later on. So just leave these things, just focus on what I just guided you for now, and you just can delete all the things from the HTML, also from the component.ts. These files you can just update this, but do not mess with these things that I told you before. Just simply you can mess with everything which is inside this file, and you just can handle it. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video you can see that we are again in the same project. I just want to guide you how it's all worked in a previous class, and how we just made this project runner up and what was the old things. So now let's just talk about it a little bit. You can see that when we just go to the index.html, here it is, you can see that it has nothing. Okay, so there you can see that it's a simple plain file, but interestingly it has nothing. It has nothing. So what is the thing? These are actually, this is a component named app component. Okay, this is a basic component. We'll be making our own components very soon, but for now we just need to know what it is and how it works. And these are different parts of that component. Actually the component, what is a component? Everything in the angular is a component. So I'm going to talk about it. This is the HTML file of the component, here it is, and this is the TS file, means just like the JS file you can say it is. So this is the TS file of the component, and this one is the module file of the component. So first of all, I just want to guide you about the app root. You can see that this one is the head element, this one is the body element, this one is the link and meta and other tags. But the app root is absolutely, it is not an HTML element you've ever seen. So what it is and from where it just came from. So if I just go to the component.html, it has nothing like the app root. Okay, but the thing is, here we are getting everything from the app root. Okay, app root is the key to get the data from different places. All this data is coming from the component.html, okay, through the app root. But there we didn't send or receive some kind of app root or anything. Then if I just go to the ts file, there you can see that the element, actual thing, there is a component. You can see that here is a component, and there we are exporting the app component. Okay, you can see that the app component, these are the same things like app.component, and this is the app component. So now the point is, this one is the selector. This is a really important thing for now. The selector is app root. Okay, any app component.ts, there is a selector named app root, and the template URL means the template, I'm just clearing actually because I just use a CLI. So CLI or me is clearing that the template URL is the app.component.url. Any component.ts, I'm just defining the logic. Okay, that it's the a kind of controller area where we just define the logics, how it work. So the template URL here, the app.component.html means whenever we just load the index.html, it will just get the app root. Okay, it will that we just load the index.html, or we just load the server for localhost 4200, it will be loading this the index.html, which has the the app root. And for the app root, it will go to the component.ts file, the main file, and then here this is not actually the main file. Okay, still there is a main file, I'm just going to talk about it too. So it will get the selector as app root. Okay, and because of this app root, this app root became a tag, and this will work. Okay, because this is actually the selector coming from there. Okay, now here I'm just telling that the selector is app root, and the template URL is app.component.html, means a file named app.component.html is the file from where we're just getting the data. Okay, and there we styles URL, if style URLs, if you just add any kind of a style, so there is a style file too, which is also can add these styles. there to the app.component.css, and then exporting we're just exporting a class named app.component. Now what the mean of the exporting means this class, if I just exported this class, so I can use this class to another pages, different pages. So there are some elements like title, the string, there are two variables I've made, and I'm exporting this class. That means I just can use this one somewhere. Okay, so now we've done the basic things. I'm just going to the main.ts, and now you can see that here it is. Now actually what happens, we just talked about how the interaction between the components, the components.html, the components.ts, and the index.html. Now let's just talk about a little more, but why not I just show you a few things. You can see that here, and you also can see there. If I just go to the index.html again, you can see that there is no file like the script one. But if I just go there, and if I just see the view source, you can see that here are some things like scripts. You can see that there are multiple scripts of multiple JavaScripts. You can see that the scripts, again, there is a script, and a script main.bundle, styles.bundle, inline.bundle, polyfills.bundle, and vendor.bundle. Now these files we didn't add at all anywhere. You can see that not in any component, not in the index.html. Then from where they came from, this is the logic. When we just run the ngserve, ngserve actually rebuilds our projects and just put these files there, as you can see that any view source. Now if I just go there, if you can see that here in app group there is nothing, but when I just right click on it, welcome to our course, and click on the inspect element, now you can see that here are some elements, the welcome to our course and the hello world, all things are here. Any elements we can see that, but in a general source code there is nothing. But actually here, because we're on a deep inside, we just can see that it's coming from the ng host, ng version. They're defining the version and all things we're just getting, including the scripts and etc. So you can see that. Now I'm just going there back. This is a very basic thing that from where these files came from. They just came from because of the ngserve, because it just rebuilt our project when we just ran that. Now the other thing is, whenever we just go to the localhost :4200, it actually just gets this file, the main.ts. And what this file does, if you just focus on it, it is just importing many things. It's importing the app module, first of all the enable production mode, and from Angular code etc. It's importing a few files which is necessary for it. Okay, the platform browser dynamics from Angular, these two files being imported by Angular, and then here app module and the environment. Now let's just talk about the app module, and here it's telling that app/app.module means this one it's just talking about. Okay, and there I'm just telling that by using this function, the platform browser dynamic, the bootstrap module, the app module, this is something. Now app.module, and here app module means somehow you just can imagine that there are a kind of connection, there is a kind of connection between them. Means absolutely this is a main file, and this file being loaded whenever you just run the localhost. So it's just talking about the app module, so automatically it's just going, you can see that bootstrap module, app module means it's just going to the app module, this file. Okay, and in its files what is happening, you can see that the ng module, there are a lot of things, but just focus what I'm telling you right now, because it's really important and really simple actually. You know, ng module also being imported from a file, and there all these things are being imported. And this is the app component. There is a kind of thing which called app component from app.component. Now they're declaring the app component, declarations are app component, and here bootstrapping the app component. Now when it just went to the localhost, when we just run the localhost, it just went to the main.ts. It just tells that go to the app module. There is something we have in a module. Absolutely, there is a business logic of the whole panel. Means it has the modules, the application business logic, the modules and other things. Now here we're just telling that we're just bootstrapping the app component. It's a kind of component. Now things turned to the component. Okay, and we're exporting the class of app module. Okay, the app, the main thing is the app component, and these are the app component. Don't focus on the dots, because absolutely these are the files and these has dots, but yeah, we are just directly using the real names by this way. App module means this one, app component, here we are exporting this class, the app module. So now it's accessible in other elements. So now here we are just bootstrapping the app component, so it just went to the app component. Now in the app component, you can see that we're just telling that the selector is app root. Okay, and then we're telling that the template, you know, the basic logic which we just learned already, that the template URL is the app.component.html means for the template, you just need to go to the we're telling the browser that we just need to go to the app.component.html. For installing, there is a CSS file, and these are few variables we are also sending together. Now because we just mentioned that in the app root, okay, I'm just telling that in the index.html there is a selector named app root. Okay, so for the app root, we're gonna pick the data from the app.component.html, and there are a few variables I'm just sending together from the app component. Now app component is also being imported, so with few variables being exported, sorry, with few variables which can be used there. So I think this is really simple. And why this component.html file is important, because here we just told. So I think all things in the logics behind the Angular is cleared, and it's pretty simple. Welcome back everybody. So guys, we've just talked about the Angular a lot more, but now we just need to talk about the real important thing, the component. You just heard about the component, that everything in the Angular application is actually a component. Now what is a component and how we can work on it? Suppose if you just go to the browser here, you can see that this is the Angular main website. Now you can see that this whole area means the content area is actually a component. The header area is another component, and absolutely there will be a footer area. However, this website has no sidebar, but if it has a sidebar, then the sidebar will be the another component, and this is another component. And also, as I said, that this area is a component. Maybe it can have multiple components inside it too, like the logo component, the navigation component, and the search component. This is how the Angular works. So really simple and really easy. I'm gonna go to the IntelliJ again, and I'm just gonna make the component. Now here, this is our website, so we just can make multiple components in it too. The content, we just put the content, different kind of content, the header content, the footer content, or etc. any components. So this is why we use the components. I'm going to the notepad, sorry, not the notepad, it's the IntelliJ IDEA, the IDA. So I'm just making another component. Now the app is actually a single component. Okay, this app is a single component, and this is the CSS of this app component, this is the HTML of this app component, and this is a TS file of this app component. Now this is the main application component. Now if you just want to make some more components, you can just nest them inside it. And how you will do this? By right clicking on this folder and just making a new folder inside it. Now I'm just renaming it like the content component. Okay, component. Click on the save button or OK button. Now we got the folder inside this application app folder. Now we are going to make some files inside this folder. I'm just going to click on new button and click on file button, and there I'm just going to put the file name, and the file name is the application, sorry, the content. Now we just need these files, the HTML file, the TS file. These are really important files, the component.ts file, the HTML file. Also, if we're just going to apply the CSS, then we will be needing to make this the component.css file too. So for now, another thing is, always remember that the name of the file is the content component. I'm just closing this one and just go there. Wait for a while. I'm just simply going to the refactor and renaming the folder, and I'm just only putting the content, okay, not the content component. Okay, so now this is the content area. I'm just going inside it and just making a file inside it, and the file name is the content dot component. Now the component dot html. Okay, I've made the html file here. Yes, I just want to save this file. And now another file, you can see that there is a file inside the content. Right click on it and just go to the new button again and click on file button. And now I'm just going to make the another file, the content, okay, dot component, spelling must be clear, dot ts. Okay, just save this file again. Okay, click on yes button. Now we've got two files here, the component.ts, not the j, sorry, the component.html file. For now we do not need the the css file. Now what about the module file? I just want to clear a few things about the module file. However, this is another component, but obviously this is inside the main application component. Also we use the module for the main module.ts file for all parts of the application, all components of the application. So this will be the main. Unless we have a kind of a very big scale application, if we have such kind of things, then we have to split the modules for every component if it's necessary. But for this kind of application, simple application or websites, this is really not necessary. We just can make a single module and we can simply put content in it like we did here. We just can use this module.ts file for this component too. But absolutely the ts file for the component and the html file for the component is necessary, and for the whole application module file should be single. Now I'm just gonna go there to the content.component.ts. it will be absolutely just like the app.component.ts, means the main file. This was the main file, the main application component.ts file. First of all, what we did here, we just imported the component from the Angular core, and then we just used that, and then we just exported the class app component. Okay, the app component is actually the app.component, but here we're just simply calling app component in its way. So these are all the elements we just need to know. So I'm just gonna do the same with the this component.ts. I'm just going there. If I just directly call the components and the parentheses, and inside the parentheses the curly braces, but there you can see that there are components and directive ts and whatever. So I just need to go there, and first of all I'm just importing it, because importing is an important part. And the curly braces, inside the curly braces, call the component space, and now mention from the import component from the curly braces, the single quotes, and $angular core. Okay, yes, this is what I just want, Angular core. All good. I'm just going inside the components, and there inside the components we just need to mention a few things: the selector, the template URL, and the styling URL. If we just go there and just look at it, the selector, the template URL, and the style URLs. So it is really not typical to do selector. Okay, and then the value for the selector is, I'm just putting as app content. Hey, come on, let's just content. Okay, so then just go down and the template URL, and here I'm just putting the value for the template URL. It'll be the content dot component dot spelling mistake dot html. Okay, means I'm just mentioning this one, the content dot component dot html. Okay, cool. Now I just need to go further, and actually what I just need to do for now, I just need to export it. Export this class, and here the content component. Okay, awesome, cool braces. Okay, that's done. So now here, this is the content component.html file, which has nothing for now. I'm just putting here the content. Okay, simply, or why not I just put this inside the p tag content. Okay, awesome. Now there I just imported the file. I just made the component, set it up the component, and now I'm just going to the module. And actually module is what, the place where we just combine and compile all the files together, bind all the files together. I'm just going down here at the very top. That here we just imported the app component. In the same way, I just need to import the the content component. Awesome. Okay, now from here, remove this line break and then the application address. Now remember that because we are just inside the module.css, so this file is not directly inside it. We have to go through the content. So the content folder first, / the content.component.ts. okay, from there we're just we just do not need to put the ts. Actually, this is not the Angular script, it is the TypeScript way, so it doesn't need the extension. It has its own way. So there, in a declaration, adding a comma. Remember that what I'm just doing, add a comma, like we just imported the new file. In the same way, I'm just adding the content component. Okay, that's awesome, and nothing more we just need to do for now. There, we just did something wrong. If they're just telling the content, inside the content, the I see, there is a spelling mistake. Right click on it and just go to the refactor, and inside the refactor I'm just changing the name. The name should be here. I'm just going there, removing the double M and just refactor. Now it's clear. Now just go to the, here we're inside the module ts. Okay, all the files are good. Now good to go. We just need to go to the browser. We just need to check that out, and there it's having some error. Refresh the file, and now still it's just telling me it just cannot find the component. It means we did something wrong, and we need to find what we did as wrong. Content component spelling is true, and find that content dot app that is a problem, but this is not the problem for now. It shouldn't be like that. The content component, all things are actually fine. Then what is the problem? Content.component.html. Well, let's just put the semicolon there and save it. Now go to the browser back and refresh the page. Okay, it's working. Maybe that was a problem, so just ignore that problem because that was nothing big. Now I'm just going to the next step. Here we just put it the content, the content, but absolutely there is nothing we mention in index.html, and absolutely this page is actually visible there. So to get the data of this component.html, we just need to go to the app.component.html, and here I'm just calling that, just like I just called app root there to the index.html. I'm just calling the app content there, and now save it. Now go to the browser, and here you can see that the content is there. That means it's working. Now if we just update anything inside the file, I'm just typing here something like new content and save it. Now go to the browser and you will be seeing that the new content will be there. That means it's working perfectly and fine. So guys, in the next class we'll be learning some more things. Stay tuned. Welcome back everybody. So guys, we just know about the components, how they works and what they are, and how we can just use them, our benefits. So now I'm just gonna make our own first custom component for now. Okay, these are the components we just got from the CLI we just used for the making our first application using the Angular CLI. So now I'm just gonna make our custom component. Now there are two ways we can just make our custom component. This is the pre-built, you can say the pre-made or something like that, the basic elements, the very first application they just provide us, the pre-made application. But now I'm just gonna build some custom component according to your need. So there, just imagine the first one, this app component as the main application, or the main component, the very main component. I'm just going to make other components inside this one, inside this component named the app. I'm just gonna right click on it, and let's just go to the new, and I'm just gonna create some directories. I'm just making it right now, and the component name I'm just putting as the for now, content. Any name I can just put here. Okay, and okay, let's just make it possible. Now you can see that this this content is actually the nested element of the application. This is pretty cool and pretty simple. Now what more we just need to do, right click on it again, and now I'm just going to make few files. The major elements for a component, for a single component, is the HTML file, the CSS file, and the TS file. You can see that here. There is the application, the main element, the main component yet we've made, or actually we just made through the CLI. CLI did this for us. There is the few files, the app.component.css, app.component.html, app.component.spec. It's just for kind of for unit testing. We just do not need that. You can also delete that, by the way. Now the app.component.ts and the module is actually really important. What the module does, it just bind all the files, compile everything, and collect the information. It's just like the controller. It just controls every part, or not the control, but you just simply can say it just makes a module of different kind of pages. It just connects all of them with each other. So the point is, now the major files are the first of all, when you're just making a component file, so the name should be just like the directory name. Its directory name, which is the content. So content dot, and yeah, don't forget to put the component to component dot HTML. Okay, we just made an HTML file for the component. Cool. Okay, yeah. Now we got a file here. You can see that the HTML, the content.html.component.html file. Right click on it. Now the second file, for now we just do not want the CSS file. It didn't work on installing yet. I'm going there and I'm just making another file, the content.component. It's another part of the component. The component is the content. Now I'm just making another part of the component. For now I'm just making .ts file. Don't forget that. Don't put JS, don't put other name. .ts file, okay, because it's a TypeScript. Okay, we got two files. Now you must be thinking that we need to make another file, and that file, well, one more thing, please be confirmed about the name. If you just put the right name here, the COMPO spelling, not actually the name but the spelling, COMPONENT or something. Sometimes you just may dismiss the spelling, and then you just can have some problems, some errors. I'll be managing it, how you can solve these things, this kind of stuff. So the other part is we can make the CSS file if we need. For now we do not need, so just leave this as it is. And now I'm just going to go to the module.css.ts. Actually because we are not making a kind of big scale application for now, so we just can use a single module here. It is a TS, the main applications module. For the module we do not need to make it multiple times. We can use the same single main application, not the nested one. Okay, the main application module file, module.ts file, for all of our works, for all other components. We just can use this one. Okay, unless we're just making a kind of big scale application. If we're just making a big scale application, we have to make the modules. We can split it up, but this is still not necessary. So now let's just come up with the plan, what to put inside the component.ts file. Really interesting question. There is the app.component.ts file also. You just can see that this is the greatness of the IDE. We are using the IntelliJ. We just can use its logic for other files. You can see that the very first thing, we just made a component and then we just exported that component. This is really simple and logical. But just before that, there is another thing. You can see we're importing the component. If you just don't import the component, you will see the difference between them. I'm going to the component file here. Very first thing, I'm just going to make up the component, I'm just going to import that first. Component from where, from where it is @Angular core. Okay, it just turned into gray because they're just telling that we were just importing the component, importing the element, and we didn't use that yet. So I'm just going down here. I'm just going to put the sign, and I'm just going there @ the component. Okay, now we're just using it. Now you can see that it turns into color because now we're using, this is the greatness of the IDE. We're using the IntelliJ IDEA, whatever. Now let's just proceed to the next place, the parentheses and the curly braces inside the parentheses. Okay, let's just go inside the curly braces. Now there are two things we need to do, two major things. Number one is the selector. Okay, and spelling must be correct. And the second thing is the template URL. Okay, also you can put the style URLs too when you're just working on style, but for now we're not working, so we're just working on the selector. The selector will be the will actually be the element which we're just going to use when we're just going to call it. So I'm just gonna put the name, a kind of app content. Okay, whatever, you just try. And second thing is the add a comma and then just go to the template URL space. Now we're just gonna put the URL address, the template's address, which is actually the content.component.html. just like if you just go there to the app.component, you can see that period slash and app.component.html, the file name with its address. So because it's in the same root, same directory, so we just simply put it the period and the slash. I'm just going there and the period and the slash and then the content.component.html. okay, one more thing we need to do. I'm just gonna do that and come on. Okay, that's cool. Okay, good, we're just good to go. Now you just can see that we didn't mention the content, this thing we didn't mention. Oh, spelling mistake. This is actually a great thing that it just mentioned the problems and other things. Now if you just notice that we didn't mention the content. Why didn't mention? Because absolutely it's inside the mention, it's inside the same folder, the content folder, so we do not need to mention it. So what the next step we need to do, we just need to go bottom and then we're just gonna export it, the class, export class, and meanwhile I'm just gonna make the class of that component the content component. Okay, class content component. Okay, that's cool. Parentheses. Again, I did the same mistake. I need to put the T. Now we didn't use this class yet and we're just exporting it, so let's just proceed to the next step. If you just want to send some kind of variables, you just can send that, and I'm just going to use it once. I'm just going there and I'm just putting a kind of things like the h1, and here I'm just mentioning it's the, or something like content starts, whatever you want to type you can. Now the next step, I'm just going to the next step. I'm just going to the module. Here is a module, and the very first thing is to import that one which is exported. So the import and the content, same class. Okay, same class. The content spelling must be correct. Component. Okay, now go there and from, and here the dot and slash, I'm not going to call the application again, I'm just going to call the component for now. Now because we are here in the app.module.ts, now we will actually have to go inside this directory because we are directly in the app directory, content dot component. Okay, now first of all the content slash. Now this is what I just want to I just told you that it's just coming from, you can see that it's just coming from a folder. Here we just need to go inside this directory, inside the content directory. So we are in the application directory. We just need to go to the content directory. First we need to access inside this directory, then we just can go to the file, and because it's a TypeScript method, we just do not need to mention the extensions, it just manages itself, so it's pretty cool. Now the second step is we just need to declare that application, that component, sorry, not the application. So add a comma, add a line break, and just start mentioning declaring the content component, as I'm doing for now. Okay, awesome. Now next step is not to do anything here. I'm just gonna simply export the app module class. Here the app content is a bootstrap thing, nothing more than that. Simply just need to import the content component, and here I just need to mention from where we just want to import it, and there in the component dot here the content ts, we're just exporting this class, and all good. If you just want to send any kind of variable, we just good to go to send this. It still should be working. Go there and you can see that it's working. But now what do you think where we're just gonna mention the selectors like app content, like we did here in the index.html for the main applications component? We just mentioned the app root, the selector app root we just mentioned there. But for now we also can mention that not directly there to the main component, but inside this HTML main components HTML. Okay, now not directly inside the index.html, but main components HTML. I'm just gonna mention that here, the app content. If you remember the name app content, now let's just save it, go to the browser, just focus the content start. I do not know why I'm just missing the T in the content, so I'm just going there to the content component. Here I'm just putting the T. So now save it. Now go to the browser back, and you'll be seeing the content starts, whatever I just type here. For example, I'm just going there and line break, and here I'm just typing something like P, or the para, the content, anything content para. Save it. Now go to the browser, and you can see that the content para, all things are good. Actually, we just made a new component. We were just using that new component inside the pre-created component as a nested component. And now we just called, this is an interesting dilemma, that we just called that new component here inside the main components HTML, and this is the way we just use it. We just do not need to mention this directly to the index.html. In fact, it won't work in this way if we just mention this inside the index.html, because index.html directly interacts with the main application, this application, and this one is not the main application. This one is not the main component, but this one is the component nested with the app component, which is actually the main component. Now we'll be working more on it, and you will be understanding more and more about it. Welcome back, everybody. So guys, here I'm just gonna unleash another power of the CLI. Yeah, absolutely. When we just made this content, we just need to make a folder. We made it a file like the component.html. We just made the component.ts file. Then we just adjusted them into the module.ts, and it's worked to compile the application, all the components together. So I'm just gonna use the CLI. Okay, so how I'm gonna use that one? I'm just gonna go to the CMD. If I just go there, you can see that it's actually in a live mode, means the server is running, so we just cannot update it using this CMD panel. You can see that the Angular CLI is actually updated in a live mode, so we just cannot update it. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna click on there. First you would see this like that, maybe, or if you just see like that, no matter, in both cases you just need to click on there. So you will be getting this sign, the terminal. Just click on the terminal, and then you will be getting this area, and it's loading. Wait for a single minute, it'll be in your hand. So yeah, we got that. Now you can see that we are inside the same panel, the username, the desktop, and the first Angular application. Now what I'm just gonna do, I can run the npm, I just can apply some npm methods and other stuff, but for now I'm just gonna do some Angular things. So for the CLI, and when we're just talking about the Angular, I'm just going to type ng, okay, now space. Now, because I just want to make something, I'm not going to serve or etc. Remember, if you just remember what we just used for using the CLI for making the whole application. So there, I'm just going to generate something. There is another command, generate. Okay, generate. Now, ng generate. What I'm just going to generate, I just want to generate the component. Sorry, I just typed another thing, component. Now I just want to generate the component, so ng generate component. Now the word or the component name you just decided, I'm just gonna put here the, suppose, header. Okay, we just made the component. Now I'm just making the header element. Okay, that's cool. So for now, we just can do another thing. Instead of typing the whole names of the component and generate, we just simply can say G and C. Is it cool? Yeah, G and C. Or you can say generate components. You can use both things. Just line break it. Now it's gonna make, yeah, you can see that the create application, it's gonna make it in a while. It's installing. And where it is, oh man, well, I'm able to see this is here, the header. You can see that there are a few files, the header.component.css. If I just double click on it, it's empty. If you just go to the header.component.html, it has something, and you can see that the header works, the HTML element. And the specification.ts, it's again the testing unit. We can delete this. Yeah, delete this, we do not need this. And the component.ts, now you can see that just forgot what just happened here, the ng on init or constructor. We'll be talking about this later on, but for now, if you just notice the app header and the you can see that the collaboration of these files here, these are implemented already, the template URL and the style URLs. And just notice its wisdom, it's automatically created the files inside the source folder, the app folder, and inside it just made the header folder, and then the names are same. But what the meaning of the update? It just updated something too. What is the meaning? There is something fishy. No fishy. It's directly in the application folder, and the app.module.ts means it just messed up with this file too. We should be careful. Open it up, and there it did nothing but just made the component, just put it the component, the header. You can see that the header component, and let's just open it up, and you can see that it just automatically imported the header component from the header.component file from the folder of header. That means it's actually working automatically, updating it. You can see that it's installed it. So how easy and how simple using the CLI is. And if you just go there, and if you just here, this is the HTML component, you can see that the header works. If you just go there to the main component of the application, there is the main component. Likewise, I just put it the app content. I'm just going there, and I just want to confirm a little thing about it. You can see that the app header, just focus this thing, app header. Okay, the name of the selector is app header, means this one is the app and this one is a header. So app header, like we just use the app content. So I'm just going to the main app component.html. This is one that is the main. So just before the app content, I'm just using the app header. Cool. Save it. Go to the browser. I'm going there, and you can see that there is a header. Header works. Yeah, that means it's actually working. So you can just imagine how simple it is. If I just go there back, and if I just put something there like a heading of h2 for now, h2. And let's just put some content like header. Save it. Now go to the browser, and you'll be seeing the h2 heading header. That means it's really working. So guys, in the next class we'll be talking about a little bit about it. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about how we can nest the components in a more better way. In some previous lectures we just learned that how we can make a nested component, means actually the component inside a component within a component. The main component is the application, is the app, but now I'm actually gonna nest them, or you can say gonna call them in multiple ways. So let's just talk about it. Here we're just calling both of them here any application component. Am I right? Any application component. Okay, so you can see that the app content, the app header, the app content. Okay, now we just can use them together inside both of them too. If I just go to the content component, here I'm just line breaking, here I'm just putting the app header, and cover this up and save it. And thereafter that, here I'm just typing hr. Okay, then I'm just putting the h3 and the header, the nested header, or anything you just want to type, you can just save it up, go to the browser, and let's just check this out. And here you can see that the nested header, you can see that it's working, means it's actually getting nested with each other. Okay, in the same way you just can nest it. You can nest the content inside the header. If I just go there and if I just type here the another HR, I'm just putting come on HR, and then here after that I'm just typing the app, app content. Okay, that's cool. And here I'm just typing the h3. I'm just putting the h3 again, and here I'm just typing nested content, which is inside the header. Now I'm just gonna face some kind of loop. You will be seeing, refresh that. Yeah, it's a loop, and it'll be loading and loading. Actually, I should not do like that. If you just notice, yeah, I know, it's just gonna be loaded and loaded and loaded. So we just need to update this before they just make I'm just doing a mistake. Now if you just notice for a second, they just got a lot of headers and the footers. Now I'm just going to tell you the concept. Inside the header component, I just put it the content. Okay, it's just like a mirror work. Okay, so it's a mirror. I just added the header, the content inside the header. Okay, so when I just add the so in the main application, I just posted the the header too. So inside the header, I'm just putting the content. So whenever I just whenever the browser renders the header, it will render the content too. Okay, so inside the content, what is the stuff? This is the thing. When I just go there inside the content, there is some stuff and there is header. So in the header, I just put the content. In the content, I just put the header. So it's a loop and loop and loop. So that's why it was just duplicating. So I think it's simple to understand that you just can use these content together. So just another thing I should tell you for now. In a component, okay, this one is a main already, but in a component, here is the component. So I'm just actually what I'm just doing, I'm making another one. For now. Okay, I'm just using the simple technique ngGC, and here I'm just putting a kind of test or no test, but which kind of component you just want to make for now. The data or something, just simply nesting. Okay, just simply nest. Okay, just line break, and now we're just gonna make the nest, and now we're just gonna get the nest in a little while. So yeah, there is a nest one. Okay, we got that. Now if you just go there and it will work, it's not working. The reason I know, because inside the, not the nest, but inside the header, or I need to confirm, yeah, inside the header I just did a mistake by my own. So I'm just removing that, save it. Now it will be working for sure. Yeah, you can see that this is the nested content, this is the nested content, and I hope you just got the meaning of this. It's really simple to manage all these things. We just didn't add the nested content, we just didn't add the nested content inside the header, so that's why we're just only getting the nested content, and then the content starts, and then content para and all other stuff. So I'm just going back there with little more things. Just actually I'm simply going there to the nest one, and I'm not putting anything inside the nest one. I'm just removing all that stuff. Okay, and I'm simply adding the app header. Just notice what I'm doing, app header, and then the app content. Okay, save it. Now here inside the just notice what I'm just doing inside the nest one. Okay, I'm going to the main application, and here instead of putting both of them, I'm removing both of them. I'm simply calling the app nest and save it. Now go to the browser back, and you'll be noticing the same result still. Just why? Because absolutely we are just nesting the app nest, and inside the app nest we just added the header and content, both of them. So how easy and how simple is this? So I think we just do not need to discuss more about it, because it's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. That we just can call any component inside any component. We just can call a collection of the component. Also, one more thing. if I just duplicate the app nesting, if I just go down and if I just call this twice, app nest once again, and save it, now you can see that I'm just calling this 2 times, so the content, all the content will be 2 times. You can see that the content, I'm just doing one more thing here. After that, I'm just adding something like a P and this one. Okay, save it. Now go there. You can see that there it's ending and again it's starting. So this is duplicating the content because we just called this tag 2 times, and this tag has the header and content both. So directly inside the main application, inside the which is, which one is this? Yeah, the main application content component, we are not calling the content, we're actually calling the nesting, the nest component, and inside the nest we just nested both of them. So I think this is a little tricky but really simple to understand if you just focus on it. Focusing is a key to understand the tricky parts of the Angular. Angular is actually easy and tricky too, so you just need to focus on it, and if you just want to learn it, you will get it. So in the next class we'll learn some more things about the component, because still there are a lot of things we need to talk about. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about some more stuff about the Angular 4. Basically, you know that we've learned a lot of things. We've learned that how we can make different components of the website. We just you can see that here we just added the header, we just added the content, and we just nested both of them here. That's cool. Well, that's not really important. We just can directly nest them into the component.html. I just wanted to show you how we can do that, so I just made this file, the nesting, nest 1. Ignore that thing for now. The real thing I want to do is, first of all, I'm just removing this text, which is actually dumb and nothing. Now, how to know, how may I suppose that it's the header or that's the header? First of all, I'm just going there and I'm just deleting some rough stuff. So let's just delete that, save it again, and go back to the browser. And now you can see that there is a little less content. So now, how may I suppose which one is the header? And header should have some style, some kind of background color or other stuff. So how we can deal with these things? So there is a simple way. There are 2 ways actually, if you just want to work in Bootstrap or without Bootstrap. So first of all, I just want to show you how we can install Bootstrap any project. Now we just because you know that there are thousands of different ways we just can apply, and absolutely we're applying. First of all, you can see that there is a style.css, the main style.css file. Besides of this file, the index.html, there is a style.css file which is actually empty for now. Here you can just give some global styles, but it's empty for now. So there you can see that this is the index.html file. That's cool. But I just want to install the Bootstrap. So for the Bootstrap, what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna simply type npm install save and _ save, and then here I'm just gonna type Bootstrap. Okay, that's awesome. Spelling must be clear, line break. Now it's just gonna install the Bootstrap. You can see that here it's just getting this from somewhere, downloading, extracting, and all the things it's doing for now. Yeah, Bootstrap done. You can see that the Bootstrap 3.3.7, the latest package of the Bootstrap for now, it has been installed. Bootstrap is not a typical thing, but you need to know some basics of the Bootstrap if you just want to work on it with me. So where is where we just got the Bootstrap, because you know that we just installed the Bootstrap using the npm method. So I'm just gonna go there with the CLI method. I'm just gonna go to the node modules, open this up, and there you can see 1,000 of files. Just ignore all of them because really we just do not need them. Now there we'll be getting the Bootstrap. The Bootstrap here is the Bootstrap we've got. Bootstrap is a folder, and where are the files? I'm just gonna adjust the main file, and where it is, the distribution, there is the CSS file and there is the JS file. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust the bootstrap.css file for now. The very first thing we just did is to install the Bootstrap. Now we got the Bootstrap. Now I just want to go to this specific file. I know first of all I just need to go to the Bootstrap, so just leave this for a while, and I'm just going down to the file where we just want to add the Bootstrap. Here, okay, I got to the real area of the project. So We want to use the bootstrap to the header, to the header component, to the content component, to the main application component. So first of all, I'm just going there, and here you can see that there are a few files like install.css, like index.css, but there is also another thing, the angular CLI.json. Double click on it to get the file open. Now there you just can adjust some some methods in a JSON, where you can see that the index file, there actually all the basic things means actually these elements are defined, like the index file. The index will be the index.html, means we are just declaring this file as the index, and the main file as the main.ts, and the polyfills.ts and test and other stuff. You can see that the prefixes, and now you can see that two things here, styles and the scripts. For the style, I'm just going there and adding a comma and line breaking, because now you can see that this one is the style.css, which is actually they are calling this file the styles.css. If you just want to put, when we just work on bootstrap or when we just work on designing, we have to use sometimes additional file other than the bootstrap. So the bootstrap is really important, but when we just want to use the other file, we will be using this style.css file, styles.css file, or we can add another more. Now I'm adding the bootstrap for now. First of all, the folder name, the node modules. Now I'm actually going to the top one again. Oh, come on, go. This is a JSON file, don't forget that. Here I'm just going to use the JSON methods. Okay, oh sorry, I have to use this one to go to the top. I was just using a little way out of wrong method. Here is the place where we just needed to go, the node modules, and then slash. There is a bootstrap, then dist file, then css file, then bootstrap.css. So slash and the other file, the dist, the folder name actually, then css folder, then bootstrap.css. Okay, that's cool. We've added the css file for now. The spelling must be clear. Now spelling is actually clear, so it's bootstrap. st. Now it's fine. The error was clearing us that something's wrong we did. Now there are these files, they're just telling that we didn't configure it. Actually we didn't make that, but we really don't need them, so we just added the node modules. And in the same way, we just need to add the, if you just look at it, the JS file, the bootstrap.js file. We just need to add this one, bootstrap.js, and it has the bootstrap.js. we're gonna add the bootstrap.js file. Okay, so close this one, and I'm just going there and just opening this up. And the method, the node modules, same as we did to the above one, node modules slash dist, spelling must be clear. Okay, then js, then slash, then bootstrap.js. okay, that's awesome. And actually we did this thing. Now a little more things we just need to adjust. For now I'm just going to the top one and just making it collapsed so we can see other files. Now the thing is, you are where you are for now. You're not inside the src folder. Out of the src folder, there is a file named angular. Here is a file, angular cli.json. So but we are just actually calling this file. If I just do this one, okay, there is a file. Okay, so we just need to go inside this folder, the node modules, and then get the files. But the interesting thing, if you just notice that this file is actually related to the index.html and the style.css files. If you just notice that there are the main.ts file, the index.html, and the style.css files, which are the files which are inside the source folder, but it's just asking for no directory link because of the way Angular works. And if you just notice, it has a dot, the period sign. So when it just relatively looking like it's just related to these files, to the index.html, so absolutely Just suppose if we are inside the instructor.html file and we're just calling the node.js, then we have to add these signs. Okay, so this file is actually connected to these files, and this file is actually a dot. You can see that it has the dot sign first, the period sign first. So absolutely the way this file works is a little different from the other file. So we're gonna add this sign, and this is necessary. Absolutely. Now save it, and what more, we've actually added the bootstrap. Awesome. Now we just need to check if it's working perfectly. So I'm just going there to the app component. I'm just going to the I'm just gonna open up the src, which is already opened. I'm just gonna open the app. I'm just gonna open the header, and there's the header.html, and there to the nested content I'm adding a thing class, jumbotron. Now I got the jumbotron. Save it, and in Word it's telling there is a mistake, but if I just go there and if I just refresh that one, and it's not showing me. Okay, let me update it. Jumbotron. Then what is the problem? Save this, refresh. There's something we're doing very wrong, and we just need to check that out. First of all, here the module, save it, and now I'm just gonna open up, I'm just gonna go to the browser to check that out if the file has been added in real, and the Control Shift and I, and now I'm just gonna get the element area. I'm just gonna go to the header, and now we got two styles, and this one is actually the main style sheet. Now one thing I just want to clear for now, we'll be managing the bootstrap later, but no problem. But for now I just want to tell you something. When how much files we've added, as much as files we've added, we're watching, see these style tags in the same quantity. This one is the styles.css style, and this one is the bootstrap style. If I just go to there, and if you just noticed, there is the styles.css, this file, and that's the bootstrap. But if you just notice that this has been added, okay, just suppose if I just go there and I just want to show you a few things, and if I just go there and just type background, okay, I'm just setting some kind of background or anything. This is just for a test purpose. I just want to show you a thing, background orange. Okay, save it. Now go to the browser, and there, just check this out. It has been updated. You can see that this file has been updated. It has a background color is orange. So whatever we've added to the styles.css has got here. That means when it's here, then we can simply add that thing to the files, to any of the element, which will be really simple. But the bootstrap is not getting added. Just go there. Oh, okay, we're inside the node modules, and we cannot go directly to the dist folder. We need to pass the bootstrap folder first. I forgot this one thing, bootstrap. Okay, now that's cool. First we just need to go to the bootstrap. In this way, save this out, and now just need to go to the header back, and here is the header, and we've added the jumbotron already. So save this up and go to the browser, and there still we're not getting the bootstrap. Are we? No, still not. That means something more we need to do. Just check that up. Go there. Sorry, not this one, but go a little down and go there. So bootstrap, node modules, bootstrap, dist, css. I'm just gonna go to the folder back, node modules, spelling is correct, and there is a bootstrap folder. I've got it, bootstrap. I found the reason actually. The problem is we're just adding a new style file, and well, for this thing we just need to close the here we just need to close the server. Now we just go to the browser. You will be seeing, if you just refresh that, now you can see that we just need to set it up, all the things up. First of all, the the bootstrap.css file, then the style.css file, then just remember this sorting. And now I'm just gonna run the the cmd again, cd desktop, and then I'm just gonna go to the first Angular app inline break, and now it's just gonna run the, oh sorry, I didn't run the npm start, which is necessary. Yeah, it's just running the ng serve, and then here the server is live, just loading things up. It'll be done in a little while. Yeah, it's about to be. Okay, chunk assets optimization and all complete. Now go to the browser, and now you can see that. Now you can see that it has been loaded. All things are good. Now if you just go there, and if I just go and check this up and click there, now you can see that there is the bootstrap. Come on, there is the bootstrap, all in all. Okay, the HTML and other stuff of the bootstrap, you can see that bottom. Okay, so it's a very long thing, and the other one is the style, the general style sheet. We just can edit that and whatever we just want to do. So now in this way we just make things happen. Now in the next class we'll be just working on other stuff, so till then wait for a while, because we need to add we just need to use the bootstrap in a perfect manner. So guys, here on this video we'll just doing some more interesting things. Actually, I'm just thinking that we should make a complete web page for now, a single web page. Then you just can duplicate it and you just can make multiple ones. So I just want to guide you how we can just do that. So in using the header way, then we'll be just proceeding to the next things. I'm just making a simple, or at least just manage the header and the component in the way we should be. It should be. So the component.html is the main area. I'm going there to the component one, and the very first thing I'm just doing here, first of all, I'm just not using the nest anymore. Okay, I'm directly using both of them, app header. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then the app content. Okay, I'm not using the nest anymore. So go to the browser, and you can see that it's still the same, because we're just not using the nest, but we're directly getting the header and content inside them. Now in the header, if you just go there, there is just a nested content, not the nested content actually. Here I'm just typing something like, or I'm just making it page, spelling clear, page header. Okay, here I'm just typing something like welcome to Angular, something like that, Angular 4. Save it, go to the browser, and you can see that welcome to Angular. This is what I just wanted. Next thing we need to do, first of all, just manage this thing. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now next thing is we just do not need this thing, the header works or something, just delete that. Okay, this is actually a bluff text, which is really not necessary for now. And any component.html, we do not need these things like the the expression or any other thing. I'm deleting both of them. Okay, so now save it. Now go to the browser, and actually for now the header is actually on the top. So going there and refreshing, now you can see that there is a welcome to Angular 4. there is a content starts and the nested header and welcome to Angular 4. Actually we just nested the header inside the content. I'm going there and to the header dot, not the header but the content.component.css. here we just nested the header. We can do that, but I'm not gonna do that for now. So simply removing this line and just saving it, and absolutely this one too. Okay, this is a really simple thing we did, and we already knew this can be possible. But now let's just make it in a perfect order. I'm just going there and just making this a container. The class I'm adding as the container, and this container class is actually the bootstrap. Go there and you will be seeing something like, you can see that there is a break, there is a margin, which is actually what we just wanted. The next thing I just want to do is to just removing this text, removing this line, or if you just want, otherwise just leave that as it is. Now next step I'm just doing is I'm just designing the component.html a little bit. This is very simple things, you know. This is the way how you can simply add the bootstrap in your page. And yeah, one more thing, there is no need of this line, so I'm just going back, and absolutely I have to remove. If I just go there to the component, to the content component, I'm just going to remove the hr, and I'll refresh that. Yeah, this is actually what I just wanted. Now the next step I'm just going to the header.component.html page, and this is the header area. We can do a lot of things. I'm just going there, and simply I just want to make the navigation here, if you just want it, or just leave it, you know the bootstrap, how bootstrap works, you can just set it. But I just want to clear some more things. Now we know how to add the bootstrap. Also, if you just want to work on the by default styles, here I've just made this, delete that one, this is really not important. This one was the important file, and this one was made by the CLI by default. So this styles.css file is the file where you just can put some by default text. If I just go there, and if I just you know that I've made the dot background, so this same thing, if I just used there as another class, background spelling clear, and save it. Now D must be there, and go to the browser, you will be seeing that it became green. Okay, so you know that the styles.css is actually working. This file is actually working, but there are a little different thing. You can see that this is the HTML file of this component, the header component. This is the CSS file of this header component. If I just go to the CSS file of the header component, just notice what I'm just doing. I'm just going to the CSS file of the header component. Okay, so here I'm just putting a kind of background again. Just notice what I'm doing. Okay, background or something different. If I just type here header, just to make it more clear, and here I'm just putting background, and I'm just typing something like silver, whatever we just want. Spelling must be clear. Silver, okay, contrast silk or silver, whatever color you just want to put, you can. Now I just have to put a period there, yeah, like that. Okay, save it. Now the next step I just want to do is to go to the header components HTML file, and there I'm just simply putting this header inside a div, and just cut that off and paste this here. Okay, tab, and now there I'm just putting the class, and then sorry about that, and yeah, one more class, and the name was header background. You can see that there it's just mentioning. Just look at that, the app header and header components CSS. Okay, I just want this one, save it. Now go to the browser. Yeah, you can see that it became in silver color, but if I just use same class to this component, absolutely it won't work. Hopefully you can get that here. But if you just want this one to be working here to this component.html, so there you have to add that file. Now one more interesting thing, this file, this content has no CSS file. Okay, if you just want this one to work, you have to add the style URLs, you know, add a comma in style URLs, this one, and then here you have to link that file up. Okay, but I'm just gonna make the CSS file for there too, a new file, and come on, right click, new, and file. Now I'm just going to make a file for the content. So absolutely content spelling, we know the spelling, what we should put, component.css. This is really cool that everything is actually separated in this way. Now in there I'm just going there, and I'm just going to put the file name as the content dot spelling must be clear dot component dot CSS. Okay, that's awesome. So okay, one more thing, that here, and another thing, if you just notice here, we have to put these styles inside these square brackets. Why inside the square brackets? If you just notice there is a style.urls, means there is an s, singular, not singular but plural. That means you can put some more, add a comma and put others. That's why there is a square bracket. Okay, so I'm just going there to this one, and here I'm just doing the same first, and in this way cover this up. There's a little more complication. If you just notice, just do this one and now go to the browser, and yeah, all good. By mistake it just got opened. So the next step is actually, that we've just connected this one, and if I just put some styles like that, the content background, I just want to teach you how it works. Okay, content background, and here, oh sorry, it won't work in this way. Yeah, that one, the background, blue, blue, okay, blue wallet or cadet blue. Okay, that's cool. The point, and then I'm just gonna go back to the content component.html file. I'm here, and now here again I'm just putting this inside a div in this way, and just cut that off and paste there. Okay, now the next step is to make them a little far class, and then here I'm just putting the a kind of content background, and there is the thing we just wanted. Okay, that's awesome. So now go to the browser. You can see that it has a new color. It has a new color. That means we are actually working. We're making things perfect. So in the same way, we just can make the footer. We can make other stuff. I think you can just manage the HTML stuff. You just can make a complete web page using these tricks. So in the next lecture, we'll be just moving on, because I know that you just got the styling, how you can style the pages. So far so good. You've learned a lot of things about the components and very basic things about the many basic things about the Angular 4. So now it's time to move on, and it's time to learn something more. I'm just going to teach about the data binding. You just know a little bit about the data binding already, but let's just talk about a little deeper. Anything, actually, if you just want a translation of the data binding, it's just called the communication. If you just want to make the communication, you just use the data binding. An example of the data binding is there. If you remember the the main app component, here is the main app component's TS file, and there you can see that the title and the string, whatever, both are the variables. So basically, when we just use these variables and wherever we use, so suppose if I just go there, if I just go to the app.component.css, okay, so I'm just gonna go to the IntelliJ, and I'm just gonna use them inside the div, and I'm just putting them at the very top. And here I'm just typing the title, anything I can type, just save it. Now you will be seeing the changes here, the our course. Okay, so basically the title is not coming from this page, but it's just coming from the component.ts. That means it's just working. So this our course is actually a way to data binding, came from the way to data binding. So this is a simple example. There are some more things about the data binding I just want to clarify. So whenever you just do the data binding, you just need to know that you can do a lot of things in data binding. So let me talk about it. This is actually the way you just can do, but some more things. By the way, one more thing I just want to clear about these curly braces, that the result of the curly braces will be the string. Okay, so this is the way you just need to know. If you're just working on it, the result here should be a string. So where we just process things, we just can process things inside the component.ts file there. So just like that, here we just meet the variables, and we just use the variables. Also we also can use the methods, we can use the if and else, but we cannot directly use the if and else there. We can use that in a ternary operator, but if you're just using the if we can use if and else, the ternary operator is there. Okay, I just want to show you how it just works. Let's just set a line break. Okay, and here I just want to do that. So I'm just putting the BR here, I'm just going down, and there I'm just using that ternary operator. I'm just typing 2 is smaller than 5. Just imagine question mark. You just need to know about the ternary operation. It just actually, we directly cannot put the if else. The conditional statements should be in line like I'm just doing, so I just cannot use the if else, but I'm using the ternary way to just get the if else conclusion. So question mark and then the value. If it is, if 2 is equal to 5, then true or false. Both things are really important. False. Okay, save it. Now go to the browser and I'm just gonna give you the result. It is true, means 2 is smaller than 5. What if I just ask that 2 is greater than 5? No, it's false. You can see that this is false now. Okay, if I just change it, and now you can see that it's true for now. That means it's working. So I hopefully you just got the meaning of these regular expressions, but there is something more we can do by this. This is a way. This is actually not actually the part of the data binding, but when we start talking about the curly braces, the regular expressions we can use here. This is the method we can apply. Okay, and now just focus on the result. Oh, come on! It's still, if you just notice, by going to the Chrome, the result is, if I just go there, and the result, you can see that it's the string. That means it's still a string. This is what I was just telling. Means we can apply the ternary operation, we can do plus and minus, but the results will be string. If I just go down and just make something more like that we did before, line break, the BR, and here I'm just putting the 2 plus 5. Okay, plus 5. Okay, the result will be in here. You can see that this is 7, but this 7 is not actually workable, because here it's getting converted into this string. Now some more things about it. I'm just gonna tell you that how we can use some more tricks. Now in the next class, I'm just gonna work actually in a data binding. A single way you just know about the data binding is we just can use we just can make the variables here. We can call them here. We have already called it the title. Also any subcomponents in these components, like the content, the header component, you just can use the same trick. You just can put this inside the component.ts, the content.company.ts. The variables, even you just can use the methods, and you can call them. In the next class I'll be using the methods. So guys, we just learned how we just can put the data using the data binding method, but now I'm just going to teach you some more things about the data binding. Now actually we're just working on the property binding, how we can just bind the property of any attribute. So let's just work on it. First of all, you can see that there is a variable, there is an attribute, the class. We can put some more attributes also. So which kind of attribute you just want to make for now? I'm just going there, and I'm not actually sticking here. I'm just going to the content component in here. I'm just doing something. Okay, I'm just binding the class property, or let's just, okay, sure, the class property. So inside the double quotes, I'm just putting this sign, and there, this sign. Okay, that's awesome. And now what more I'm just gonna do, just need to go to the component.ts, and here means there I just want to put some properties, I just want to put some values. You know already this method, how we do this. We just did this here to the main application. So I'm just making a variable, here I just want to check something, content background, the ts component.ts, and here I'm just making something like class property, anything I can put, property equal to, and there I just want to put the value for the class property, and it is the I'm just going there back, and what was that, the content background. Okay, cut that off and paste that there in this way. Okay, cool, that's perfect. And now the class property, this one is what I just want to use. And absolutely you can see that it's exporting, it's getting exported. So absolutely, if I just go there, I can use that, the class property. Okay, that's awesome, I've used that. Now save it. Now go to the browser, and I just want to see the changes, and there everything is fine, just like it should be. Oh, connection was interrupted, something's wrong we did. Okay, that's fine, it's working good. If you just noticed, all things are fine. So if I just go to the to there, and if I just you can see that here to the content component, here the class property, and the value of the class property is this one, the content background. If I just update this value, content background s, and save it, now go to the browser, it's not working. That means this way is working, but this is a very simple way, you already know. But there's another way we just can use. If I just use this sign and this sign, the square brackets, I'm just putting the value, the attribute in a class, any square brackets. Now I just not need to use this sign anymore, okay? But the spelling must be clear. Now it should work still. If I just go there, you can see that it's working, because if I just go there, you can see that, you can notice that I just put the attribute inside the square brackets, so now it's working fine. Okay, that's actually the thing we just can do, and in this way we just can do the property binding. Welcome back everybody. So guys, we just talked about the binding, the data binding. Let's just talk about the binding through the events. So for the events, firstly we just need to know the events, what the events we can use. So if you just know some basic events, if I just go there to this area, if you remember some basic JavaScript events, I just want to show you for now. If I just put something space on click, so this is a JavaScript method. Just suppose you're just putting on click, I just want to run my func. So this is a basic JavaScript method, or the actually not the JavaScript method, but this is the event. This thing is actually called the web event, okay? But when you're just talking about the Angular, there is a little things has been updated. I'm just gonna work on the updated part. So let's just delete all them, and how it's updated. Instead of on click, just noted this thing, I just want to make it like that, line break space on click, okay, is now the parentheses and click. Now if you just notice, everything is same, but they just removed the on prefix has been removed, and now it became the click, but with the parentheses. In the same way, the on mouse enter became parentheses and only mouse enter in the same way. Now I just want to show you some other events. If you just go there, so you can notice that things mouse enter. Now just notice the web address, the developer.mozilla.org/en-us/docs/web/events, or you can just simply Google HTML DOM events. So now mouse enter, mouse over, mouse move, mouse down, mouse up, ox click. Just notice these properties, what they just work. These are really simple, and probably you're using these elements, but maybe with the on prefix. So you can see that the click, double click, wheel, mouse leave, mouse out, okay, and well, the mouse out and mouse leave, we just use the mouse enter and mouse down, mouse enter and mouse over, and mouse move, mouse down, mouse up, mouse leave. Okay, mouse enter, and there is a mouse leave. I was just searching for this one, by the way. So, or mouse out. We normally don't use the mouse out because there is a little difference between the mouse enter and mouse leave. This one is actually a kind of new than if you just talk about the mouse out one, mouse over and mouse out one, okay? But we now use the mouse enter, but you can use all of them. We just need to remove the on prefix, select the pointer in etc. If we just go more down the dragging events, and then more down the media events like imp, tide, play, etc., there are thousands of events you can see, maybe hundreds. So by the way, there is a keyboard event, or the copyright clipboard events, the view events, the text events, printing events, also form events like reset and submit. Yeah, these are the events. Mean when this will work when we're just submitting something from the form, or we just want to reset the form, so or the reset button pressed, then what should be visible, this one will work. The CSS transition, CSS animation, the different kind of, you can just find this out. I just found out what we just need that, and this is there, the keyboards and the mouse ones. So let's just work on it for now. I'm just going there, and I just want to work on the component, the content component still. So what I'm just doing for now, or what I just plan to do, I'm just going there to the content para or to this whole area, and I'm just adding in a space and just putting click on click, what I just want on click. Now equal to, now the method is actually, you can see that pretty same, like it just working like a attribute, but it's an event, and now I'm just going to put the value in it. Now time to mention the function. We just didn't make the function yet, but I'm just going to make one for now, or you can say method, whatever they prefer. You just prefer. I'm just putting something like my func or my method, whatever you just want to say. New event, or sorry, event func. Okay, now parentheses. Now if you just want to put some kind of parameter, you just want to send, you just can put the value, you just can put the parameter name here. Now I just don't want to send anything like that, so I'm just going to the TS area of this content component, and where it is, there is the TS of the content component, so let's just make it there. Okay, now what more I just want to do for now is something like here in this area inside the export class, the content component, I'm just making the function. What was the name? I just need to check that out again. The name was event func. Okay, event func. Event, yeah, spelling must be clear. So now there we are allowed to put any value, and what I'm just putting, I'm just simply cutting this off the class property and just putting that here. Okay, let's just update it back. I actually need to put that here and have to update this a little bit. I'm just calling this dot. Okay, now what this is what I'm just talking. You can see that there is no this, because in this class, when we are just inside the class, we just can use the this keyword. I'm just going there and I'm just making this class property. First of all, I'm just declaring that only property. Okay, now just declared it. Now actually this one is here. Now just go to the browser and refresh that up, and you can see that actually you can see that there is no color, but when I just click it, I got the color. What is the meaning? Go back to there. I'm just telling that whenever you can see that here, there is a property named class property. Okay, and there is an event named class name event func. Event method is more good because it's actually a method. Okay, so whenever I just click on this this div, then what happened, and this event works, the click event, and in this way this method works. And what is this? In this method there is a thing like we just declared a variable outside of this function named class property, and now we are just calling that one here inside it, this dot class property equal to content background. So we're just giving the value for the class property, and now all things working on are fine. That here we're just calling we're just getting the value for this class from the binding. So now we're just getting this too. So I think that is pretty simple, and now you simply can move on to the next step. And also you also can use some more techniques. If I just go there and I just apply a kind of mouse inner, save it. Now go to the browser, and you will notice when I just hover the mouse, it comes. Refresh that and refresh that, and I just hover the mouse, it just comes. And now I'm just going back. So now if you just learned about these techniques, why not we just learn some more advanced and tricky things? Let's just have some fun. Only proceed if you just know and completely understand why I just put it and how I did that. Using the events in event binding, how I just put the value here. This is really simple, but you just need to learn, you just need to understand. If you just don't know, if you just understood this, I'm just proceeding to the next thing. Here, you know that I just put the mouse inner, so when I just enter the mouse, it just gets some color, and I'm just making the mouse leave function. Okay, mouse leave event, and here I'm just typing event leave func. Okay, and I'm just going there and I'm just typing something like event enter func. Okay, that's cool. and I'm just going to the content.component.ts, and I'm just changing the things here. Event inner function and event leave func. Okay, that's cool. Again, this dot class property equal to content background. Okay, so that's cool, but content background 2, this is another content, the background I just given to it, the content background 2. There is no content background for now. I'm just going there and I'm just making the new one, content background 2, and there I'm just putting a kind of a background. So let's just put it this background. Okay, now the color, so I'm just choosing not the blue anymore, the green one, and I'm just choosing the green, yellow, or dark green something. Okay, I'm choosing this one. That's cool. Save it. Now go to the component, because absolutely we just don't need to work a lot more on ECSS. The main things are the content component and content HTML file, content TS and content HTML file. So on mouse leave, this event will work, okay, and on mouse inner, this event will work, the event inner function. So go to the browser, and now you can see that it's working. Okay, it is working fine. You can see that. Welcome back, everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about a little more things about the Angular, about the events. Actually, I was just thinking that I should teach you also another event, a way which is, you can say, the two-way binding. That means actually receiving the data and sending the data back to there. And we actually did that already. If you just notice that when we're just hovering, and here we're just getting the data back, only not proceeding, but we are getting something too. So this is called two-way data binding. So just leave that thing. I just want some kind of I just want to put some kind of more interest in it. So I'm just going there to the component HTML, the content components HTML file, and here I'm just telling that on mouse leave I've made that, on mouse inner I've made that, but there I'm just putting something like click. When someone clicks, what should happen when someone clicks? So there I'm just programming for this thing. If someone clicks on it, view and wait for a little minute. Okay, that's cool. And now I just wrapped it up. So now here when someone, oh sorry, this should be there. That's more cool. Now when someone clicks on it, the content, it should send something like dollar. Sorry, first of all the event, so the click event click func. Okay, the parentheses, and now inside the parentheses I'm just putting something like event. Okay, the variable. So now here I'm actually just sending the value, or actually let's just put some real data. I'm just putting something like hello world, something, whatever. So then when anyone clicks, and this event will work, this method will work on the click. So I'm just going to the component TS file of content. So I'm just going there and line breaking and just typing something like event click func, parentheses, curly braces, and line break, and there event. Okay, and there I'm just calling this dot. Now it's not going to be the class. I'm making something like this dot. I just need to make a variable first, and I'm just putting something like string. Okay, a string var or str1, something like that. and the value for this str I'm just putting not in this way, but the event we just called at the top here, this one. Now here I just want to declare another variable, the str1. now that actually makes sense. Anything, now I'm just going there, I just want to clear you what I just did. Anything, whenever anyone clicks here, now it's actually the way to just use these things in the form. So you can just try with the form using with the keyboard elements, the keyboard events. It is really simple. I just want to clear you the logic here, so then you can use the keyboard events too. So when someone clicks on it, it's actually getting the data. You can just put something like the key press or key down, and then you just can update the data, and you'll get the data automatically by just typing that. So there is the hello world, and it's just sending when anyone clicks on it, and then by it's just getting sent by this method. And here I'm just getting this method here, the method. Now where I'm just using the str1 inside the same inside the same HTML file. There somewhere I'm just going to use it. Here I'm just putting something like p, and then I'm just typing str1. Save it. Now go to the browser, and there is something we did wrong. Need to check this out, what we did is wrong. Here is the component HTML, the component CSS file, and there we just declared the variable. Looks like everything perfect to me here. If I just go to the component.html, and yeah, there a little thing, that it's the event click function. So there it should be inside the singular double quotes. However, we just use the double quotes for the main value, so I'm just using the single quote because it's a string. So we just want to make sure it's a string. Save it. Now go to the browser to check the result, and now it's just working. Hover the mouse, you can see that it's working, but when I just click, I'm getting the hello world. And from where this hello world is coming, from where it is coming, if I just go there, when anyone calling this function, and how this function is getting triggered when I just go there by clicking on its div, the whole div. This is triggering with this value, and this value is getting placed there. And I think you just understood all the scenario behind this logic. Welcome back everybody. So guys, here in this video we'll be talking about some built-in directives. So for this thing we just need to go to the IntelliJ, the IDE, where we're just going to code these things. So how to use them? It is really simple. I'm just gonna use the very first built-in directive, the ngif. How we can use it? We just simply need to type things just like the HTML way. We just put it a div here, and here I'm just putting something like it working, something like that, and just save it. Now go to the browser, and you can see that the text, it's working. We are actually inside the header area. You can see that this is a header and this is a footer. So if you just go there back, and I'm just gonna do one thing. I just want to leave the header, delete that. I just want to go to the content.html, and there inside this div I'm just making something like p. In here I'm just typing it's working. Okay, save it. Now go to the browser back and refresh the page. So now without refreshing, you just can see that the text, it's working. That means it's actually working. And when I just click, I'm just getting the hello world because we just applied the click event. So the other thing I just want to do for now is I'm just using a kind of space ng if. This is just works like the if and else. This is really simple and pretty easy. But before that, we just need to use the asterisk sign and then equal sign after that, and now there's some kind of value. But there we're just gonna put the condition, not only the value. Just suppose if I just type 2 equal to 2, then this will be shown to the browser. You can see that it's working. Okay, but if I just type 2 is equal to 3 and save it, now you won't see this anymore. You can see that there is it's not there. Means I'm just telling to, or you know, all the conditional operators are really simple. 2 is smaller than 3. Yeah, it's true. I just want to make sure that the condition, that the result of this the ngif should be true to get this thing to be shown. Now go to the browser. You can see that it's working. That's awesome. Or if I just type that, I'm just telling that 2 is actually greater than 3, means it's not true because 2 is smaller than 3. So now we're not getting the value. We directly can put the true or false. If I just type false, it won't be there. You can see that it's not there. But if I just type simply true there, true, you can see that it's working. That's awesome. So this is the thing we just discussed about. Now if I just type trues or something, well, I won't get that. But in true, simple true, it's just visible, and in false it's not. But also if I just type false, so the meaning of false is the result of the ngif is false for now. Directly we're just hard coding it to false, and we're not programming it, but I'm just gonna teach you how we can even program this. This is the basic talks about the ngif. So go there and you can see that you're not getting anything. But if I just use the not sign, if you just remember this sign, we just simply can add the exclamatory sign before the value, so it means not false. I'm just telling the value after the exclamatory sign should be opposite of it. So I'm just telling it's not false, and go to the browser and you can see that it's working because it's not false, and the meaning of not false is it's true. And if I just type here true, so it won't be, sorry, not the true or something, the true, no, the content para. But if I just remove this sign, now I'll be getting this here. That means it's actually working with condition. So this is simply if and else. Now let's just make it a little more beautiful, more interesting. I'm just going to go to the component.ts, and there what I just want to do, you can see that there are a lot of not a lot, just 3 basically if once, but I just want to do some more things here. I just want to make a variable here, working equal to here I'm just typing true for now. Okay, so there is a variable I've created named working, and remember that we are inside the class of content component which we are exporting, and here we are absolutely exporting, and these both have a link between them because of here we just mentioned that the template URL of this TS file is the content component.html. So absolutely anything we just make here is going there. So really simple. Now if I just directly use that variable, you just know the basic thing about it, about the true false, about the 2 5 or something, means the conditions, how we can apply the conditions. But now let's just put it in with some more specifications. ngif, and here I'm just putting working, the variable, this is the variable, the TS variable, the working equal to true. There I've made a variable which is actually true for now, and here I'm just using that variable if that variable is true. Now I'm just showing you how the logic works. Here in ATS we just made a variable, we just made it true, and now we just need to go to the browser and you can see that it's still working. That means we just got the result. Okay, we just can make some solutions here, we just can make anything there, and at the end we just can find the result, like we just can run the if and else something, or we can just sort this out by formulating like these ways or something like that. But we just need to get the result as true to get the value there, or the false to not get the value. This is a very basic logic about the if else, but sorry, ngif. Now let's just proceed to the next step. Let's just talk about else. So here add the semicolon first and then else, simply type else. Now that one is the if condition. You just simply know, I just want to I just cleared actually how the if works. So here the else, I'm just going there, and here any else, I'm just making something like else block, or you can say anything like that. You just renaming the else block. Okay, and then here the ng template. Okay, inside that the value we just put it here, the else block, any hash else block in the same way. Okay, whatever we have there, this is actually just like the id. We're just mentioning the id for the else block, and there this is the else area. I'm just putting something like not working, sorry, anything like that. Just go to the browser and just check this out. It's still working. If I just refresh that, yeah, it's working. Go there, and I just want to update the things. I'm just going to the I'm just actually what I'm just doing, I'm just going to the ts and just making it false. So when I just make it false, instead of not showing anything, it'll become the not working. It is still working. So why it's still working when I just made this false? So go there, back, and I just want to check that out, the problem, false, and something is mysterious we're doing. I just need to check the variable. I'm just going to the company.ts, and yeah, I got it. When you just put the true and false, the boolean thing, maybe you just know about the boolean. So when you just put the boolean things in the double or single quote, so they will automatically become a string, and a string doesn't know true and false. It just knows that true. When working has some value, whatever true or false, but it's a string, so ultimately the working is true. Directly we just need to put this in its way. It's true for now because it's now the boolean. Go there, and now you can see that it's working. Okay, go back, and I'm just making it false. Now not working, sorry. And why it's not working, sorry? Because here it's actually working perfectly. So as you can see, the ng template is working. We'll just set the else block, and here we just can put anything like else working, something like working, and there this is just works like an id. So else working, I just want to show you the possibilities which you just can do if you just want to work on it. Now you can see that it's still not working, sorry. That means the ng template else working is actually not working, or it's working, because we're just getting the text not working. So guys, in the next step we're just gonna work on the block, the then block. If you just know if, else if, and else, so the between, the middle block, the then block, the other choice, we're just going to talk about it. Then we'll be just completing the learn about the if also. Then we'll be just moving to the next step. Hello and welcome back. So guys, what I just want to do for now, I just want to make something more. You just learned about the ngif, which is actually a directive, which is actually works like if and else for other languages. For now, there is another way, the ng4, the for loop. If you just know about the for loop, while loops, and other stuff, so I'm just gonna talk about the for loop, ng4 for now in Angular 4. So how it works, absolutely, it will just repeat things multiple times. If you just know previous Angular, the Angular J, so that was ng repeat actually, but now it's ng4. So how it works, first of all, we just need to, we actually know all the things about the for loop before, so we just need to proceed it. And the base we'll be just using here, we will be just making here in the HTML way. So we're in the HTML page of the HTML page, or the part of this component. So I'm just making something like, we need to make a UL and the li. Actually, we need to make the list. So this is the base way to make a list. So I'm just doing that. And there, absolutely, I just don't want to put the content according to the list, like just duplicating it, and just like we just do in the different programming languages, or even the JavaScript or TypeScript, because we just want to work on this way using the Angular way, Angular 4. So space, and then we just need to do something like ng asterisk ng4, f is capital. If you just notice, then just go inside. If you remember, the key and the value method means just getting each value from an array. This is a method we just do in any programming language, like getting the data in the for loop from an array and calling them each as a single variable. So now we're just doing the same for now. We just, first of all, I think we just need to go there and just leave this as it is. I'm just going to the component in here. We're inside the export class. Don't forget that we are inside the export class. There, inside this one, I'm just making a new thing. I'm just making an object, the people okay, equal to, and it's a multi-dimensional object. Actually, we just need to put a few things here, the curly braces, and inside the curly braces I'm just putting something like name, and the value for the name, the first name I'm just putting is John, and the comma and line break, and just going down, and again the same logic, name again, Jennifer. Oh, okay, cool, comma, line break, and go down, and then other stuff, something like again the name, and now let's just put my name here. That's kind of cool. We've done this. So the next step, I just want to get all these data of the people to this page, to the component.html area, okay, but this part of the component. In here I'm just telling that this is a way, oh sorry, I have to be there, and here we just put the value, we just put the key, just you can say this is the key, and the of, this is the method, command of, and here the value, okay, the array. This is what we do normally, but here I'm just putting like pupil, and just splicing it into the person, let person, people. And because we just got the data, now just notice what I'm just telling, we just got the data of the people into the person for now, so we just need to go inside, and now actually we just spliced here. I just want to go to the TS to show you something interesting, and if you just noticed here, this is one raw, this is second data, this is third data, so all of them are now became single person, single person, single person, and single person. To get each of the data property, I just want to call this with a period sign. I just want to show you how. This is a method you already know. Actually, this is the TypeScript and JavaScript ways to work. So the person dot name, this is actually the Angular, but this is the regular expression way, and you know that how you can attach the data. This is, you know, how we deal with things. Now person's name, I just want there, and absolutely this is the li, so it'll be duplicated automatically. Go to the browser, and you can see that John, Jennifer, and Shahzaib. That means it's actually working, and how you can understand that how the for loop works. If I just go there again, and if I just put another data, like adding another comma and just putting this one, a name, and just putting something more like we just done the Shahzaib, and now I'm just putting something like Junaid, any name I can put here. Okay, now save this one and go to the browser. You can see that the Junaid is also there. Another thing is, if I just want something like, I can put another way values too, like the ages, adding a comma, you know how to do that. So it's another method, but you can do that. So guys, in this class we just learned about the ng4. I just don't want to teach you the things you already know, like objects or arrays and other stuff, so just deal with your own self, and I'm just gonna go to the next class and teach you some more. Welcome back everybody. So guys, in this video we'll be talking about the ng switch. The people who knows about the actually has to know about the switch in cases of the general programming languages like PHP, like JavaScript, so they will be understanding it in a more better way, in a simpler way, that it just like that, but it just works in a tag. So you know that we applied different techniques here to this area, so I just want to apply the other thing to this area again. I'm going to the notepad back, and here I'm making a kind of UL again. UL, I just want to show you how it works, and inside the UL I'm making some LIs. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just putting a kind of text here, and what I'm just putting for now, I'm just putting the, you know, well, John, duplicate, and here I'm just putting Mark, duplicate, I'm just putting Joe, duplicate, and come on, Kamal, duplicate. Okay, and here Vanessa, whatever name I just got in my head, I just put it. Now, I think this is a kind of wrong spelling. BTW, who cares about the spelling of wrong and right here, because we're just not learning the grammar. We're just learning the programming of Angular 4. So let's just work on it. Here I'm just making a kind of ng switch command, but for now I'm just putting it inside the square brackets, and here I'm just typing ng switch. Why I'm just putting this inside these the square brackets? Because here it will have some sub elements to the cases. So there I'm just gonna put a kind of expression. So let me put some value, and the value I'm just putting is suppose I'm just typing here the 1. Okay, number 1 or id number 1. It's a kind of time to put a kind of value with them. So adding in space here, and after that I'm just putting something like the asterisk sign and ng switch case. Now whose one is the number 1? I'm just putting a value here, and here I'm just putting 1, and there again I'm just making this is really simple, and the guys who already knows the switch and case thing, so they will understand it more in a more better way, but I'm just guiding you how it works. So 2, and going down and putting some more values, sorry, in this way, ng switch case equal to 3 cover, and they're going down, and the ng switch case equal to 4 the Vanessa one, ng switch case the 5, and save this, and now go to the browser and you will be seeing the result. Refresh that, and now I'm not getting anything. That means I did something was messy, so just need to check this out. What the thing? Oh, and G switch spelling, it's cool now, TCH. Now let's just refresh this thing, and I'm gonna get the result. Okay, got it. Only John is visible. You can see that only John is there. The logic is, if you people just forgot the switch or switch case things of the conditional statement of the of any programming language like PHP or JavaScript or Perl or etc. So I just want you to remind this thing. We just put a value. We just put a value in ng switch in a main switch area, and in its cases we just put different values. The value which matches with the ng switch, the main switch, any case which matches with it, the data of that element will be shown to the browser, and this is how it works. But just supposingly, if we found no value matches with the value with these numbers, or no cases matching with the main and G switch, suppose if I just type here 4, save it and go to the browser, and you'll be seeing the updated value here. Refresh that one, and I got it. Okay, I got the Kamal here. Well, if we type or we have the value of 6, and there we even don't have anyone as a value, then what should happen? Go there, and now you can see that it's updating, but nothing here. You can see that nothing here according to what we need. So it's 6. So I'm just making another one, line break, li, and here I'm just making this thing as ng switch. Now not any case, but default ng switch default, and the value for the default, oh sorry, the ng default will have no value, ng switch default will have no value, the attribute will have no value, but in li we can put anything like sorry, nothing got matched. In any way we can make it. Okay, just make things simple as we want and save it. Now go to the browser back, and you can see that nothing got matched. We'll be getting the updated value in a little while. We just do not need to refresh that. Now you can see that sorry, nothing got matched. Now this is not necessary. In fact we should not follow the UL way, UL or li way, because here we are only gonna show a single case. So in that way this won't work, the list won't work. So we can just make it the div tag and these as p tags, or the p tag and p tags, in any way we just want. But in multiple paragraph, the one paragraph you just want to show, or there are multiple usernames, but which is the real username, or which one came to the process, we can propose here. So probably this is the real simple thing, the ng switch. In the next class we will be just making some more fun. Hi everybody. So guys, in this video we'll be talking about the another element of the Angular 4 directives, built-in directives. This is the ng style. So actually this was in also Angular 2, but because it's an Angular 4 also, so I'm gonna apply it on the programming for now. So what ng styles can do, it can put these styles in our document, in our Angular 4 application, and it has some really interesting features. I'm just going to guide you how it works. So first of all, I'm just going to put the Angular ng style. So sorry, not in this way. First of all, we just need to make the div or any tag you just want. So adding in space, and then here I'm just applying the thing I just want, ng style, and save it. Now equal to, and here is some kind of value I'm just going to put here, because we are working on the Angular, so we need to put the curly braces, and inside the curly braces I'm just going through the DOM method. If you know the DOM method, this is actually it's just like the object literal, the JavaScript objects, JavaScript just dedicated for the styles in CSS. So the background, okay, and there I'm just putting something like Silva. Okay, save it. Now going there and putting some text like hello, the hello there, there we applied Angular ng style here. Now save it. Now just go to the browser and check that out, and if it works, refresh the page, and we are getting something or nothing. Yeah, we got it. Hello there. We've applied Angular style, ng style here, so it's working, and working in a super fine way. But a little thing, okay, if you notice why we're not getting this color or these color changer here, because we directly applied the background style here. Well, when it comes to the simple styling, you know that it can be done by the simple style attribute too, but there is something more interesting and fun. Let's just reveal that for now. So let's just make it more interactive, going there and putting something like the ternary value, like an if and else, any inline if and else. So 1 equal to 1. If this is true, then here the value blue, otherwise the silver. Go to the browser and check the changes, and it's loading, and wait for a little while. It's giving us the result. Yeah, you can see that it became blue. Okay, blue is actually very annoying because the main color is red. So let's just make a little change in it, and I'm just making it light green, something simple and easy. Light green, and save it. It won't work because you know that it's a DOM way, so we have to use this way. So go there, and it's loading automatically, no problem, and it's gonna give the result to us. Yeah, you can see that light green is there. Okay, that means it's fine. But if 1 is not equal to 1, or if I just change the way, so now go to the browser back, and you will be seeing something a little different. You can see that, yeah, it's silver now. So this is how ng style works. I think this is really simple and really interesting, and you can see that this is the ternary operation made it more cool. What is actually routing? In general languages, in common programming languages, or even the most famous rendering language called HTML, we can have multiple pages means a single web page is a web page, but multiple web pages are called a website. So to go to another page, is what we need to do is to create links of that page. Actually, we have, when we just created the pages, we just created their links, but we have to mention their links on another pages to make the navigation area. And by making the navigation area, we just provide the links, or we just anchor the pages on different pages to go in each other by making the navigation or menu area. So in that way, we just can access to different pages from different pages. The another way is to put the iframe, but it's another topic, by the way. But in Angular, this is called routing. And how it works, we just simply, it works in the same way. If I just go to the browser, in here in routing, you can see that here I'm removing this one. This one is the basic URL of our web page. Okay, you can see that it's there, and you can see that these are the things we've done almost. If I just add the line break here, sorry, the slash here, and if I just put the page name, suppose I just put here the one and line break, then we'll get the data which is inside the one page, but there is no one or two page. But for now, we are not getting any error because we didn't add any kind of error for these pages, but they are just blank because there even doesn't exist. So I'm going to the notepad, or actually the IntelliJ IDEA. I'm just gonna route the pages. For now, what I'm just gonna route, actually the content in the header makes a single application or a single web page, but I'm just routing these both two components as a routing. You can just make your own. You can make your own application. You can route them in a perfect way, different pages, different routing. So to route anything, to add a routing feature in any application, you just need to go to the module.ts. You can see that this one. And first of all, we need to import something. For now, you can see that here, these are the imports of different components we already have. So no problem about these elements. I'm just going to the major import, the importing from the actual Angular element. So import, go there and import, and the curly braces, going inside the curly braces, and there I'm just putting the first of all, I just want to import the HTTP module, and adding in a space and going there and just putting the from, means from where I just want to import it, and there the @ and the Angular and the HTTP, and save. And now go to the down one. Another import is import curly braces router module, save, and then this should be like that, and then space there, and now from, I just want to mention the from Angular router. Okay, that's cool. I got both of them. Now I just want to use both of them. You can see that now they are there, but there is a little problem. Okay, color change, but you can see that there we just didn't use them. So we're just gonna use them because you know that we've just import both of them. Before that, we was importing the browser module. We just mentioned the browser module there. I just adding a comma and going down, and then the HTTP module, which we just called the top one. So here we're just calling the HTTP module first, and adding a comma and adding another one, the router module. Okay, that's cool. Now the next thing, we just did the job of the module for now here. Another thing we just need to do is here a few things more. We just need to add the for root. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, the R should be capital for root, and the parentheses, and inside the parentheses the two square brackets, and going to the square brackets. Now here I'm just adding the router, the actually path of the router. So the first path inside, for adding the path, I'm just adding the curly braces, going inside the curly braces, and here I'm just adding the path, and here the path is, it's my choice for now. The path is, I can just put anything like for now I'm just putting something like the content. Okay, I can put anything. I just put the content, any text I can put for now here. Adding a comma, going down, and the component, I just want to mention the component for now. So the component is, now there is the area where we actually have to put the actual thing. So I just need to go to the TS area. I'm just inside the component.ts file for the sorry, not the component but the content.component.ts. So here, what was the name of the class we just exported? The content component. So go to the app.module.ts, and here the component name is content component. Okay, now it's done. I just need to go down, and now how much path I just want to add. I just want to add some more paths, so I'm just going down, and yeah, as much as paths you just want to add, you just need to add the curly braces and the more things like that, and just go down, and here I'm just adding another path, and yeah, I'm adding the header for now. This is my choice. I can put header, I can put any name, any path errors. Like I just want to put adding a comma there, and going down, and the component like this one, and the now what was the class of the header we've just exported? Go there and just check that out. Go to the header component.ts, and the class name is header component. So going back to the module.ts, and here the header component. Be careful when you're just putting the name because it's case sensitive. So the C should be capital as it is. C must be capital actually. This is what it's going to say. Now all good, all good. Now what we just need to do, we just need to go to the HTML page of the app. I'm just going to the HTML page now. To add the router links or making the navigation, adding an A tag and router link. Sorry, in its way, router link, and the value for the router link I can put is slash, and what was the path? The path was content, the same as the path I've just put it there. Oh, sorry, not the assets here. This is the path content, this is the path header. So I'm just going to the HTML, and this is the A tag I've made, and in a router link attribute I just put it the content as a value, and here I'm just typing content, anything I can put I just want. And now the next link I'm adding is I've just added two paths, so two links, router link equal to, now here the after the content I'm just putting another one, and another one is the header. Okay, awesome. Cover this one, and here the value I'm just putting here the header, and saving this out and just going down. And now we just want to show, the thing is, if I just go to the browser, you'll be noticing that yeah, it's loading, and yeah, we just got the content, we just got the header. Okay, we got the links there, but cool. But where is the content? When I just click on the header, when I just click on the content, nothing updating. So to render the content of the Angular routes, I just need to add another thing, the router outlet. Okay, cool. Let's just go to the browser and check that out. If it's working fine, all working fine, go there. Now just refresh the page. Well, we just really do not need to refresh the page for now, but I'm just refreshing. If I just remove that and line break, now you can see that only this content. If I just click on header, I'm getting the header, welcome to Angular 4. This one is the header. Okay, when I just click on the content, I'm just getting only content. The content starts, that means actually we're routing things, and this is the super thing, because you know that this is actually called the single page. This application is actually the single page. So these are not different pages, but we are getting this content or this content, whatever content we just want at each time we're getting them. So this is how the routing in HTML, sorry, not the HTML, the Angular 4 works. So please subscribe to our channel. It will really help our channel grow.